It is 4 p.m. We're bringing developing news.
And the stories behind the headlines. This is StoryCon. I'm Regina Lake.
I'm Ed Lingao. Some stores are watching this Friday, May 22. The Philippine National Police has deployed tracker teams to locate and arrest Senator Bato de la Rosa. That's based on an International Criminal Court arrest warrant. PNP Chief Jose Melencio Natates Jr. says the manhunt will strictly follow operational rules, emphasizing due process and human rights. Unlike the arrest of former President Duterte in March last year, this execution rests entirely on Philippine law under international humanitarian rules. This allows government to directly surrender the senator to the ICC in The Hague.
Senator Robin Padilla denies helping Senator Bato de la Rosa escape the Senate building in the wee hours of May 14th. A press statement from Padilla's office states that the two lawmakers' departure was transparent and in plain sight of police personnel. Padilla also claimed to have dropped off Senator Bato somewhere in Makati, where the latter's own vehicle was waiting. And from there, Padilla said he no longer asked where Bato was heading next. In the same statement, Senator Robin also rejected the label of fugitive on De La Rosa. The ICC Pretrial Chamber 1 has denied the request of former President Duterte to appeal the confirmation of charges against him. The 12-page ruling said the defense team's arguments, including claims of errors in the formulation of charges and lack of evidentiary basis, do not qualify as appealable issues. Meantime, the ICC registry said Duterte experienced several rare falls inside his detention facility. Each time, the detention staff responded immediately, provided medical assessment, and adjusted the former president's cell to improve comfort and movement. No falls have been recorded in the past 30 days, it said. And here we go again. The Department of Energy projects another oil price hike next week. Gas, diesel, and kerosene are seen to go up by about 1 peso per liter. Meantime, the government's land-based service contracting program officially ends today. The LTFRB said all activities under the program will end at 11:59 p.m. tonight. These include QR code and manual scanning, the 20% discount scheme, and the use of official tarpaulins and signages. The program was launched on April 15 to assist public transport operators and drivers amidst the fuel crisis.
And joining us today is StoryCon's resident political pillo, Supper, Ral Llamas.
That had a little bit of humor in it, so I laughed. Okay. Pilyo Supper.
In a bad mood eh. Biro mo, weekend, in a bad mood.
Bad mood kasi may oil price hike na naman. Ito
Yeah.
nga ba yung sinasabi ko sa inyo?
Yeah.
Hindi pa tapos yung economic crisis, natabunan lang ng political crisis, but we are very much still in the thick of the oil crisis.
Sorry.
Sorpresa kami?
Ipasok na natin si Ami.
Kaya nga, before we end up saying something else, Editor-in-Chief of the Philippine Star, Ami Pamintuan.
Parang naman laging bago yun.
Hi everyone!
Hi, Ami. Kamusta kayo dyan sa
Mukhang
Parañaque?
exciting ang natin, weekend natin.
Is it?
Hindi lang nakikita.
Anong alam mo, Ami? What do you know?
Yan, katabi nyo, makikichismis nga ako. Tuloy-tuloy daw yung yung mga ligawan sa Senate.
Okay.
Ah.
That won't stop
At
naman.
nagsalita na si Sherwin Gatchalian, sabi niya, he's ready to be the Senate President kung sakasakali.
Yeah.
I think all of them
It's
are.
acceptable to both sides.
Over the years, all of them have said in one way or another that they're ready. Except siguro si Senator Lito Lapid. I'm not the one saying that.
For all you know.
One of his colleagues,
yan,
one of his colleagues said that. Hindi ko lang maalala, but one of the other senators said before na lahat naman kami ready, except siguro si Lito Lapid na ayaw talaga maging SP.
Tama. Naniniwala si Lito Lapid, katulad ng kanyang paboritong artista, si Clint Eastwood.
Na?
A man has got to know his limitations.
Wax.
Sabi ni
But,
Clint Eastwood.
he's able to kill two birds with one bullet.
Trivia Friday pala tayo.
Si Supremo.
Hinggang,
In the island of the blind, no?
one-eyed man.
Even the Committee on Silence levels up.
In the eye of the blind, the one-eyed man reigns supreme.
Oh,
Okay,
si
anyways,
Selfie pa,
Kaya yan
oh.
ang
Si
inaabangan
Selfie pa,
natin
oh.
ngayong weekend. Ngayong gabi, ngayong araw, inaabangan naman natin kung mahuhuli. Nag-hitchhike ka ba dyan papunta dyan sa TV5, Ronald?
Then, nagsalita
Nag-hitchhike
ako
lang daw
kanina,
siya na.
Ami. Galing ako sa Shangri-La sa mga retired and a few not so retired generals kanina.
Oh,
Mga,
Meron mga
ano
hindi
sabi?
retired.
mga ilan ba sila?
Meron bang ano?
30. Ang tingin kasi nila, the system is so rotten, katulad ng Senate, how can you fix it? No?
Hindi naman mapipix siya ng
How can you fix
revolutionary
it? And
government.
the election
ano?
is still 2
Yeah.
years away. The crisis is around us,
Yeah.
especially the economic crisis. Oh.
But
Can
Ami's-
people wait?
But
Yun ang kanilang
Ami's
question.
right. A RevGov is not necessarily the answer.
Yes.
That will be even worse.
It will be even more chaotic.
Yes. And
Lalo
sabi
na
nga ni
tayo.
Cardinal Rambo ay throwing the baby with the bathwater. And yet, the alternatives are getting narrower. Yun yung problema eh. No? Yung anti-corruption na mahiya ka naman campaign is going nowhere. Wala naman nakukulong. Diba? And then you have a crisis of institutions. Diba?
The rules is
Congress, executive, judiciary, Supreme Court, even the Senate. So, what gives eventually? Halimbawa, pumutok yung economic crisis 2 months from now.
Pumutok na nga.
Hindi, pero...
In our
Ibig
faces.
sabihin, wala pang riots. Diba? Wala pang ganon, no? Eh, pag nagutom ang tao, kapit sa patalim, anong di ba? What will the military do?
So what do you tell them?
Na-entertain
Huh?
naman
What do you tell them?
tayo.
Pray. Have
Parang
faith.
bagay sa'yo.
Have faith. Katulad ng sinabi ni Attorney Molo kahapon, you gotta have faith in the institutions as well.
Yes.
I mean, justice, the wheels of justice grind slowly, but they grind along.
Yes, but this is a different grinding. No, if all the institutions are being grinded,
But the military is not exactly your best example of honesty and integrity. For so many generations
Yeah.
of the military, ang laki ng problema dyan sa corruption tsaka dyan sa conversion.
Oo
And
nga.
it's actually the younger generation of officers who appear to have done more reforms than the older ones.
yes, kung sakali naman magkakaroon ng something extra constitutional, it will be led by the young. Dahil yung mga matatanda, mahirap na maglakad eh.
There you go.
So eventually, it will be there. If ever, meron ha? If ever, the crisis accelerates, political and economic. And yung mga nanggugulo, scales up, like China, etc. Because you don't have a crisis in a vacuum. The crisis happens within political contestation. No? And those political actors will use the crisis.
Pero yung sinasabi kasing RevGov din, I mean, in the last administration kasi, when they talked about RevGov, it was more of a RevGov where Duterte-aligned forces would be, would have primary control.
Continuation
Oo.
of the regime.
Are we still looking at that kind of RevGov or a
No.
different kind of a RevGov this time?
No. If ever magkakaroon, it will be different. It will be neither Duterte nor Marcos. It will be neither a junta. It will be a combination. At least yun ang sinasabi nila. No? Pero
Yeah, sino
ang
maglilid
elephant in the
dyan?
room ay,
Yan ang
who will
problema
be the
dyan.
leader?
Exactly, that's
Sino
what I was
maglilid
saying.
dyan?
Yung EDSA kasi, meron kang Cory.
Yeah,
Yung ginawa naman ni Cory is also a RevGov.
Yeah.
in a way. Yeah.
Oo. Yung nangyari
Oh, pero may
sa
election
EDSA
yun
DOS,
eh. That's backed by an election.
Oo, EDSA DOS should have been a
Nagkaroon ng
RevGov.
presidential election yun.
Diba? EDSA DOS should have been a RevGov. Nagkaroon lang ng kwan. Ano ba yung constructive resignation? Kaya nagkaroon ng
Yung
succession.
EDSA 2. EDSA 2, you mean?
But it
Oo,
had the
EDSA
same-
2.
but-
Paano
but it
kung
had the same
pinabagsak mo ang
spirit.
presidente in a pricing, there's no succession. It should be a
Lalong gulo
council,
yan.
a revolutionary council.
In fact, ang pinakaswerte ni BBM na kaya hindi nagte-take off yung mga ganyan eh. Siyempre, merong mga tao dito na natatakot na yung constitutional successor niya ang papalit sa kanya.
Exactly, Ami.
Yan ang problema dyan. Kaya
Sabi-
pag nawala pareho sila, Sinong ipapalit mo? Lalong magulo.
Oh, Senate
Ang
President.
nakasunod dyan, after that, yung Senate President.
Senate President.
Si Alan Peter, ang magiging presidente natin.
Hindi, sabi nga nung isang senator sa akin, Ami, ang swerte ni BBM. Dahil
Kaya
sa
nga.
vice niya. Kung hindi yan ang vice niya, baka bumagsak na siya earlier.
Yun
Yan
na
ang vice niya. Ang tingin, that is a China Manchurian candidate. No? Kaya,
Ang lungkot naman ng biyernes natin. Diba?
sino ba nagsimula?
Why are you looking at me?
I was looking forward to the weekend, you know.
Ikaw yung nag-brought up ng Revcov eh. I'm saying,
Ako sinasabi ko lang yung yung kudeta sa Senate.
Hindi, tinanong ako eh.
I'm
Ako
saying,
may kasalanan.
Sabi ko lang naman yung talk ko kanina.
I'm saying na, kinuquote ko nga si Attorney Molo kahapon, you gotta have faith in the institutions, right? And you gotta engage.
Oh, balik tayo sa half full. Balik tayo sa
Exercise
half full.
your right to vote.
Oo nga.
Diba?
Baka mamayang gabi may mahuli.
Oh.
Naka-standby lagi lahat ng tao ngayon. Kung sino yung
in 2
mahuhuli.
months? No? Hihintayin mo ba yung right to vote? Paano pag wala ka na mapakain sa anak mo?
That's for people like us who have the privilege of waiting for the next election. That's for us na marami pa rin na disengaged pa. Let's be honest. Na hindi na nagrereklamo but don't exercise their right to vote. So we have to be a more engaged citizenry is what I'm saying.
Tama.
Oh.
Meron nga akong alam ng mga nandito sa TV5 na hindi pa registered.
Kaya nga. Sige. From na, mga kampanya tayo. Vote. Vote in 2028, right? PNP tracker teams. What does tracker teams mean, by the way, for those who don't know?
Parang search and destroy teams.
With specialized, they've got specialized
Pursuit.
equipment.
Hindi naman destroy yung ano.
Nga, parang lang kaya sabi ko, yan yung mga talagang habulin ka, tutugisin ka, di ba?
So they've got special equipment nga to
Pursuing
track
Yeah,
you down.
lalo lang yun in an age of technology. Diba? Yan. Paano mo i-access yung CCTV, triangulate sa cellphones, no? Sino ba ang mga friends niya? Napupuntahan siya dahil he cannot exist alone. Kailangan may magdala ng pagkain,
For sure.
no? etc. So, yun ang kukuhanin mo, triangulate mo. Tapos CCTV,
Nasundan daw nila Ronald, di ba?
Until-
Nasundan nila yung meron silang video, tama daw yung sinabi ni Robin, binaba daw sa Makati, isinakay dun sa sasakyan ni Bato. Siyempre nasundan nila kung saan nagpunta yung kotseng yon. Nasa ano yan nandun yan sa, nasa MMDA screen yan Nakita niyo yung screen ng MMDA, napakalaki.
Yeah.
Masusundan nila yan sa CCTV kung saan nagpunta yung kotseng yon.
Yeah.
Kaya dapat nakita na nila yung kung saan nagpunta.
that will be part of the crisis.
That will be part of the crisis.
Wala ka mahuli. Sabi mo, arrested
Pag
si
hindi
Saldico.
nahuli,
Sabi mo, huhulihin si
That's what I'm
Ato
saying to
Diba?
Secretary John Vic.
Yeah,
That
Michael yan,
all of these
Bantag,
high-profile targets that hindi pa niya, wala pa nahuli.
Sabi niya, bumaba ang crime.
That's what he says. I don't think that's everyone's experience. But anyways, let's pivot now and bring in our first guest for today. We're talking to Senator Panfilo Ping Lacson. Welcome back to Storycon, Senator.
Yeah, Regina, magandang tanghali. And of course, kay Secretary Ronald Llamas, kay Ed. At this may be late in coming, pero nakikiramay ako doon sa pagyaon ng ina ni Ami.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you for joining us, sir.
Good
First,
afternoon, Senator.
let me get something out of the way first, Senator, which our producer wanted me to clarify. Meron na po ba kayong committee now that you are no longer in charge of the Blue Ribbon?
Wala pa. Ongoing yung reorganization ng committee namin. No? Ina-elect kasi sa floor yan.
Oo. What have you asked for?
Wala. Biniro ko lang si Senate President Alan. Sabi ko, parang fishing na rin ako sa information. Sabi ko, kung hindi babalik si Bato, bigyan mo na lang sa akin yung public order. Pero that was said in jest. No? Parang at the same time, I was trying to pick his mind, pick his brain kung babalik ba ulit sa Bato para bumoto kung sakali.
I mean, safe to say naman,
Swabe,
Senator, that we won't be seeing him back in Senate premises at this point, no? Because there's a manhunt going on, and they are applying for an Interpol red notice. So I think medyo
Well,
Mahirap.
Regina, we have yet to see that, ano? Kasi gusto kong tanungin to kay Director Matibag, Director Melvin. Kung maulit yung senaryo na pumasok, alam ba, binaba uli sa isang sasakyan, biglang nagtatakbo papunta sa session hall, anong gagawin nila?
Mukhang huhulihin na
Nasa
nila,
Senate
Senator.
premises, even after the session, no, nasa Senate premises. Gusto ko tanungin Anong action ang gagawin nila? Kung sakaling dumating yung pagkakataon na bumalik, kaya nga, yun ang actually subliminally, yun ang iniisip ko noon, nung sabi ko kay Senate President Alan na kung sakaling hindi, kasi na-elect na siya eh. Siya yung unang-unang chairman ng committee na na-elect nung nandun siya, public order. So yun ang biro ko sa kanya. Pero at the same time, sabi ko nga, subliminal, gusto ko makita ang reaction niya kung meron bang planong bumalik si Bato. Just in case, kasi remember, napaka-precarious ng kanilang numero, di ba? 12-11.
Yeah.
Alam mo, maski it takes 13 votes to replace a sitting Senate President. But it only takes a majority number para makontrol yung Senate. Meaning, chairmanship ng mga committees, lahat ng motions, lahat ng galaw sa Senado, makokontrol ng 12. In case, nabanggit na rin ni Senator Erwin ito, na isa lang ang tumawid, magiging 12-11
Yes.
in favor of the now minority bloc. So kung nandiyan si Senator Bato, hindi magiging 12-11, kundi 12-12. At kung halimbawa ang dalawa yung tatawid, magiging 13. Pero yun nga yung gusto kong tanungin kay Director Matibag. In case na mag-deja vu, o maulit yung ganong pangyayari, na biglang dumating si Senator Bato, dahil mayroong threat sa leadership ng Senado, anong gagawin nila kung nasa loob ng session hall si Senator Bato?
Pero sir,
O
let me...
nasa loob ng Senado, wag na yung session hall.
Yes,
Nasa
sir.
loob ng premises ng Senado, nasa office niya o nasa office ng Senate President. Kung saan man, basta't nasa loob ng premises ng Senado, ano yung gagawin nilang aksyon?
Yes, sir.
Dapat malinaw sa kanila yun.
Pero sir, let me also turn that question around. Kung si Bato bumalik for any reason, whether to vote on a new Senate presidency or whatever, what do you think the Senate should do?
Yun din ang magandang tanong sa leadership. Anong gagawin kung nandiyan sa amin? Knowing na active yung kanyang warrant of arrest from the ICC.
Na-deny ang TRO.
Although, pwede natin sabihin, hindi pa nag-rule yung Supreme Court doon sa main case, sa main petition.
Yes, sir.
Ang dininay nila yung TRO. Kasi noon, wala naman nag-change eh. Parang pareho rin ang situation.
Yeah.
Kasi at that time, na nandyan siya, wala naman talagang TRO na nai-issue. Of course, between lawyers or among lawyers, ginagalang nila yung mataas ang paggalang nila sa Supreme Court kasi merong pending action to be taken ng Supreme Court. Minabuti nilang hintayin na muna yung kung magdi-deny ba o mag-grant yung TRO.
Yes, sir.
Pero kung yun nga, yung status ko ante, kung halimbawang wala namang nai-issue yung TRO, nangyari na in the past,
Pero sir,
wala
may kaibahan, sir.
nai-issue na TRO at merong warrant of arrest, ibig sabihin, valid yung warrant of arrest. Kung kinikilala, despite 9851, yung provision doon na may surrender, maraming interpretation din. You can talk to as many lawyers, nakakakuha ka ng as many opinions.
Pero Senator, that's basically a courtesy eh. Hindi naman siya, wala naman legal impediment eh. That's basically
Correct.
a courtesy to the Supreme Court.
And to add to that, sir,
Exactly.
sir, to add to that, in refusing to grant a TRO for Bato, the court is basically saying we are
Really?
not stopping the arrest
Yeah.
at this point.
Even
papalo up ko
without
na rin yun.
acting
Kasi
yet.
kung ganyang may official word ng statement ng Supreme Court, saka yan na nga, meron ng ruling, hindi namin pipigilan, di ba nag-iba na yung circumstance from last week, saka ngayon, kung sakasakali, na sumipot nga uli si Senator Bato, meron ng ganyang Supreme Court, that's a local court, the highest court of the land, sinasabi niya, hindi namin pipigilan yung pag-aresto sa'yo. Di ba nag-iba na yung equation doon kung sakasakali?
Totoo yun. You can say that, Ami, pero ang sinasabi ko kanina, the mere fact na hindi pa nag-i-issue ng TRO, parang walang impediment. Tulad na
Kaya?
sinabi ni Ronald. Pwedeng arestuhin, yun lang, as a matter of courtesy, minabutin lang i-defer yung pag-aresto dahil nga mayroong pending petition na hindi pa nagro-rule yung Korte Suprema. Ang sinasabi ko lamang, walang malaking kaibahan yung nag-issue ng TRO at saka yung hindi pa nag-i-issue ng TRO. Ang malaking kaibahan kung nag-issue ng TRO. Talagang wala yon, nakahold lahat yan until magkaroon ng final decision doon sa main petition.
First, sir, let me go back to my question earlier. Kayo po, as far as you're concerned, your own perspective, your own opinion, kung sakaling si Bato bumalik dun sa Senado for any reason, for whatever reason, what do you think the Senate leadership or the Senate as a body should do with him?
Yung sa akin, I'll
Opo.
follow what is yung nasa mga presidents namin. Kasi sa mga legal presidents o presidents sa Senado mismo, no, Senator Enrile, ang pag-iusap ni Senate President Salonga noon, wag lang hulihin sa session hall. Kasi parang hallowed grounds or sacred hall yung session hall. Wag namang bastusan na doon mismo arestuhin. Hintayin nilang umalis sa session hall at gano'n ang nangyari. Senator Trillanes, gano'n din. Wag lang sa session hall. I suppose that's the pattern that the present leadership ng Senate or kami lahat should follow. Kasi
Yes,
may
sir.
mga presidents Kasi maski walang nakasulat, walang cast in stone, at least meron tayong pinagbabasehan na mga nakaraang mga pangyayari.
But what
Pero
if Bato
medyo-
refuses to leave the session?
Pero medyo unprecedented din to, Senator. This is crime against humanity. The first Asians to be charged. So it's not a simple case.
Well, you can say that. Pero just the same, warrant of arrest pa rin yan Whether it was issued by an international court, a foreign court, or a local court, pareho pa rin ang bisa niyan warrant of arrest yan
Yun nga, I only
So,
meant...
pag bilangga natin yan sa mga presidents, sa nangyayari sa nakaraan na mga senador na inaresto, ganun pa rin ang pagbabatayan namin. Kung ako yung tatanungin.
Hindi, I only
Yung,
meant, Senator,
president
that
na
in this
dapat
case,
sundin.
the world is watching. Dahil it is a crime
Well, you can
against
say that.
humanity. Pwedeng masabi na
Yes.
our institution are protecting a criminal in the international criminal. Parang iba yung dating sa international community.
Fugitive. He's not been convicted.
Well, you can say that, Ronald. Pero sabi ko, a warrant of arrest is a warrant of arrest. Whether it was issued by a foreign court, an international court, or a domestic court. Maski halimbawa sabihin na nating local court o local yung warrant of arrest ang na-issue RTC natin. Ganun pa rin Pwede pa rin pwede natin sabihin na minamanmanan o pinanonood tayo ng buong mundo na isang sitting senator, merong warrant of arrest na nasa loob ng Senate, nandiyan physically, pero hindi inaaresto. Hindi maaresto dahil nasa loob ng premises ng Senado.
Let me press you on that a little bit, Senator Lacson, because legally, there is no such thing as protective custody naman talaga. Just because he's in the Senate doesn't mean he's protected from anything legally. And so I guess to follow on from Ed and Ronald's point is that during the hours when Senator Bato was holed up in the Senate, and this is overnight, why didn't the minority bloc also protest that? Right, because that is the people's house, as many people have pointed out, and the minority bloc in this case is a sizable group. And do you really need consensus within the Senate to be able to do something?
Well, Regina, that's precisely the reason why Senator Bam Aquino filed a resolution as early as Monday. No? Na calling for a Senate inquiry para tingnan yung circumstances behind nung insidente noong May 13 at saka pati May 11. Yun din ang reason kung bakit nag-privilege speech sina Senator Erwin Tulfo at saka si Senator Rizon Tiveros. Dahil ang feeling nila, kaya nga nagkaroon pa ng other controversy dahil mali yung, magkaiba yung context at saka yung timelines ng dalawang senadora. Kasi yung kay Senator Risa nga, maliwanag naman, na kinu-question niya nga yung leadership, nagtatanong siya. No? I think, nagtatanong sa better word. Kung bakit hanggang ngayon, ang trato natin, tayo mga senador, parang wala nangyari. Yun na nga yung reason ba't tumayo sila Gusto na nga mayroong gawing aksyon ang Senado dahil doon sa pangyayari noong May 13, yung kaguluhan, pati yung putukan.
At tanong ko...
Senator, kumusta na kayo ni Senator Pia Cayetano? Nag-uusap na kayo?
Senator, bakit hindi nyo naman kinamusta? Bakit hindi
Hindi
nyo
pa kayo
kinamusta,
nagkikita?
Senator?
Nagkumustahan na kayo,
Hindi ko
Senator?
yung namin, sorry.
Nagkamustahan
hindi
na
nyo
po kayo ni
kinamusta?
Senator Pia?
Yung witty question ni Amin, hindi ko nakuha, sorry.
Oo. Senator, hindi, tinatanong ko, kumusta na kayo ngayon ni Senator Pia? Nagkamustahan na ba kayo?
Simula nung last day ng session namin ng Wednesday, hindi pa naman kami nagkakausap. Di pa.
Mm.
Ronald.
Wala siya sagot dun sa pinost nyo na medyo matapang yung pinost niya.
Hindi. Gusto ko lang i-point out na mali yung pagbibintang sa amin para bang
Yes.
ini-insinuate, no? Hindi naman siya, no? At the very least, si Senate President at saka si Senator Amy. Maliwanag yun, monitor namin yung nangyayari doon eh. Na agad-agad nag-insinuate na iniwanan namin sila dahil alam na namin antemano na may mangyayaring gulo. To me, that's offensive, ano? Dahil para bang iniwanan namin sila sa ere. Napapanood naman namin na masasaya sila, nagtatawanan. Facebook live nga naka-live streaming sila, kanya-kanya, individual. Meron pa sila mga groupie na shot, may mga videos, tapos kanya-kanyang salita para nagbibigay ng kanya-kanyang account. So, at nagkakainan, nagkakape. So, yun lang naman yung pinanggagalingan ko. Bakit kami yung parang, kasi may narrative na ang ginagawa, lagi binabatok agad sa minority kung merong kapagpakan na nangyayari. Kaya kailangan magsalita rin kami na, teka muna, kaya napakalalim ng aming divide, yung political divide o yung bloke-bloke dyan sa Senate ngayon. Dahil nga doon sa mga gano'ng mga insinuation.
Pero sir,
Senator,
kung may insinuation sir from your one of your colleagues na meron daw kayong
Plot, bahagi ng plot.
o may heads up kayo ahead of time na magkakaputukan.
That's very antagonistic.
Wouldn't that be an ethics issue?
Well, kung merong magpapile, ang narinig ko merong, I think, merong civil society group na plano mag-file ng ethics complaint against one or more senators.
Although,
Dahil sa pangyayari ng May 13.
although
Hindi ko alam kung tuloy yun, kung gagawin talaga nila, pero narinig ko yun, actually.
Very emphatic, Senator, yung sinabi nyo na there was no attack on the Senate. With the recent press conferences ng gobyerno, ng DOJ, ng PNP, ng DILG, showing the CCTV and other forensic evidence, are you now willing to go further from there was no attack on the Senate dun sa conclusion that it was staged?
As early as bago nagkaputukan, nung bago kasi ako umalis nung Miyerkules, tinawagan ko si nag-message ako kay Director Melvin Matibag. Ang tanong ko sa kanya, sabi ko, between us, meron ba mangyayaring arestuhan sa Senado? Maliwanag yung sagot niya eh. Walang instruction, hindi kami gagalaw. Pero sinabi niya rin na meron silang tao do sa GSIS premises, do sa jurisdiction na yung area. Dahil may request si GM Veloso. So alam ko talagang naandun sila meron siyang tauhan. Sabi niyo nga at the time, nasa mga 16 to 18 personnel. Dahil ang isa pang purpose doon, kung sakaling dadaan, kasi may access doon papunta sa GSIS meron silang hindi na malinaw kung anong gagawin. Pero nabanggit niya rin, walang arestuhan na mangyayari sa premises ng Senado, walang arestuhan na mangyayari sa premises ng GSIS even. Ang instruction niya raw sa mga tauhan niya, palalayuin, imomonitor, susundan, at hingin ng instruction, further guidance, kung malayo na sa premises ng GSIS at ng Senate. Maliwanag yun. Kaya alam kong wala mangyayaring gulo. So doon pa lamang, mali na kagad yung insinuation na alam namin may mangyayaring gulo. Ang nangyari kasi earlier, nag-announce si Senate President Alan na magkaroon kami ng All Senators Caucus para pag-usapan yung mga bagay-bagay na moving forward. Dahil first day niya, parang 3 days pa lang siya. Pero bandang huli, binago niya na yung announcement na majority caucus na lamang. Wala naman kaming session. So ako mismo, nagpaalam ako sa mga staff ko, sabi ko, umuwi na kayo kasi medyo may nababalita na magla-lockdown for some reason kasi nag-announce na si Senator Bato na plano raw siyang arestuhin. Hindi namin alam kung ano yung basihan niya. Pero kaya nga, yun yung nagbunsod sa akin para makipag-ugnayan kay Director Matibag para to confirm sa kanya kung meron bang arrest na mangyayari sa araw na yon. Ang sagot niya, wala.
Sir, let me see. Yes, sir.
Kaya umalis ako. Ang lagyan lumabas sa media, 7:24 ako umalis. Actually, umalis ako mas maaga. 6:18 ako lumabas ng Senate. Pero bago ako lumabas, nagkaugnayan kami ni Director Matibag. At doon nga ako dumaan sa sa gilid, doon sa GSIS gate. Kasi napansin ko, napakaraming tao dito sa main gate namin. Sabi ko sa driver, huwag ka na dyan dumaan kasi magulo dyan dito na lahat sa... At may humara nga sa amin doon, Blue Guard. Dahil ang sabi ni Director Matibag, body-body system, isang Blue Guard at saka isang NBI. Totoo nga, doon sa gate sa side gate, papunta GSIS, exit, meron talagang Blue Guard at saka merong, sa tingin ko, NBI yon na sinita kami, pinababalik kami, pero sabi ko, magpakilala ka na lang kung pwede makinaan tayo rito. Makiusap ka na lang. Pinayagan naman kami.
Sir, para lang klaro, so ang sasabi po ninyo, before pa mangyari yung putukan, ang usapan po ninyo ni Director Matibag, as per Director Matibag, sila lamang ay susunod o bubuntot kay Bato kung sakaling lumabas siya. To monitor.
Yun ang pagka-intindi ko.
And
Tsaka, medyo maliwanag yun na sinabi niya na na walang plano talaga. Kasi unang tanong ko sa kanya may aresto mangyayari. Sagot niya, wala
Senator, you were a former Philippine National Police Chief. Pakiulit lang sa amin kung ano yung mga rules ninyo involving warning shot dyan sa loob ng ganyang klaseng building.
Bawal. Sa SOP naman, walang warning shot Pag inassault ka at binabaril ka, edi barilin mo in self-defense. Siya lang naman ang justification. Alam mo, pag binunot mo yung baril mo, dapat sisinido ka o may dahilan ka. Dahil imminent yung danger sa buhay mo o kaya sa buhay ng kasama mo. That's the only justification. Nabubunot ka ng baril at itututok mo at ipuputok mo. Pero yung warning shot, lalo pa nga sinasabing in-assault, under attack. Tapos mag-warning shot ka. Ang under attack, dapat ang una nagpaputok yung attacker. Yung mag-assault, hindi yung ina-assault.
I mean, you are, according to the rules as well, you are allowed to fire a warning shot if your life is in imminent danger or if you are outnumbered. May mga ganong conditions, di ba, Senator?
No, wala. Walang ganon. Walang ganon sa standard operating procedures na warning shot.
Hindi talaga pwede.
Well, sir,
walang ganon.
Yes, sir. Sir, sa POP
Ayun,
manual
binasa
ng
mo na
2021,
manual,
may konting exemption, but it's very particular. Only if you're overpowered or outnumbered.
Or imminent danger talaga.
Those two words are in the newer revised manual of 2021, I think, or 2020.
Well, Ed, if you're under danger, under threat ang buhay mo, nakatutok yung baril sa'yo, ba't ka huwag magwa-warning shot? Barilin mo.
Pero, General...
Tapos, mag-defense ka sa korte, matter of defense, yung self-defense mo. Kung mapapatunayan mong in self-defense ka bumaril. Pero warning shot, binabaril ka, magwa-warning shot ka. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Pero, Senator, si Aplaska ay civilian Hindi naman siya law enforcer dyan, di ba? Di ba may problema ka kung nagpaputok ka sa law enforcers? Being a civilian? Lalo na nauna ka?
Malaking problema. Kaya nga ngayon nag-iimbestiga yung PNP, yung CIDG, at saka yung NBI. Paubayan na lang natin sa kanila kung ano yung kalalabasan ng kanilang investigation. Tinatanong nyo lang ako bilang isang dating Chief of the Philippine National Police.
Yes.
Yun ang pagkaalam ko na isa lang ang justification para yung baril iputok mo. In self-defense lang yon.
Yeah. Okay.
Kaya nowhere will I find
A
sa mga
justification for
manuals na under threat ka, imminent danger na yung buhay mo o yung katabi mo o yung kasama mo o maski sino civilian.
Yeah.
Magwa-warning shot ka.
Yeah.
Hindi
Okay.
mo i-depend yung buhay mo kasi patay ka. Warning shot Pag sinabing warning shot, up in the air So, Paano mo
Oo.
i-defend yung buhay mo kung mag-warning shot ka? Barilin mo yung babaril sa'yo.
That's true. Let me pivot now, Senator. May isang proposal to allow voting in absentia in the Senate. I believe it's being pushed by the majority bloc. Ano nang, what's the progress on that, and do you think it'll pass? In absentia meaning voting by Zoom.
Nag-motion si Senator Marcoleta. Alam na namin yung tumbok kasi precarious nga yung numero. Pero ito, i-amend yung rules ng Senate na pwedeng bumoto, pwedeng mag-participate at bumoto ang isang senador na wala physically sa floor. No? Pero maliwanag sa rules namin, tinayagan lang yan noong nag-COVID. Pagka merong force majeure, nagkabagyo, earthquake, na hindi pwedeng pumasok kasi giba yung Senado o kaya structurally medyo delikado, pwede yun. O kaya may national emergency, just like yung COVID. So noon talaga naka-Webex lang kami at nakakaboto kami. Pero pagka walang ganong emergency, kailangan baguhin namin yung aming rules. Yung kanya motion, agad-agad. At hindi ko na matandaan kung agad-agad inaksyonan nila, pinagbotohan nila. But hindi po pwede yun. Kasi sa rules namin, binasa ko nga ito kasi doon sa isang motion, na yung kay Senator Joel, kineso ko ngayon, how was my vote counted? Kasi nasa lounge kami noon, pero nakita ko sa TSN, sa journal, advance copy. Unanimous yung boto. Sabi ko, paano nabilang yung boto ko kung unanimous? Wala naman kami rito.
Oh.
Yung Rule 41, Section 117, kailangan nasa Senate floor, nasa plenary yung senador para makaboto. Kung wala siya sa plenary, hindi siya makakaboto, hindi mabibilang ang boto niya.
Is it possible though that they could push it through? I mean, how does it work? Kailangan majority vote, so 13 out of 24, no? To change the rules of the Senate.
Mahabang discussion yan kasi dapat yan i-refer sa Committee on Rules. Kasi amendment ng rules. Pagdating sa Committee on Rules, diskusyon. At kung halimbawang matalo kami sa botohan sa committee, debate pa uli sa plenary. Kung uubra ba yung amendment na yan. At kung halimbawang ma-overwhelm kami ng boto sa plenaryo, may publication pa yan. At pwede pa namin questionin yan sa Korte Suprema. Although, ang tradition, again, ang tradition, normally, pag internal yung pinag-uusapan sa
sarili
Senado
niyo.
o sa Kongreso, hindi
Pero may
masyado
option na
nakikialam
gawin
ang
yun.
Supreme Court. Very rare yung sitwasyon na pinanghimasukan nila yung internal rules ng Senado.
On another note, Senator, anong mangyayari sa Blue Ribbon Report nyo? Tapo na ba sa basura yon?
Wala na yun kasi
back to the
hindi
drawing
naman
board?
napirmahan ng majority members. So hindi na take up sa floor, hindi na pagdebatehan. Pero yung aking chairman sa progress report, nandun na sa ombudsman. So lahat naman yon and more, pinadala namin doon para makatulong. Kasi sa tingin ko, sayang naman yung pinagpagura namin ng ilang buwan, 7 months. Dahil lamang sa hindi napirmahan ng majority members, hindi mapapakinabangan, hindi magagamit yung, after all, public records naman yon, na yung mga dokumento naman doon, authenticated, at saka yung mga pahayag naman doon, mga testimonial naman doon, talagang pwedeng gamiting testimonial evidence kasi nga, under oath naman yung ginawa. At yun naman, pwede i-affirm nila sa ombudsman o kaya sa DOJ. So, ano na yon, maski hindi ma-adapt yung committee report, yung partial committee report, that is of no moment as far as the investigation being conducted by the ombudsman or any investigating agency is concerned.
May
Senator, considered na si Senator Bato, no? He's wanted He's on the run. Incapacitated na siya ngayon as a senator actually. Gaano katagal po kayo maghihintay para ano bang pwedeng gawin kapag ganyan? Mukhang marami ng mga tao nagsasabi kapag ganyan
sarado.
dapat pwede ba siyang i-drop from the rolls or pwede bang suspindihin? How long will taxpayers have to wait para malaman kung anong pwedeng action sa senador na hindi na pwedeng gawin ang kanyang mga responsibilidad as a lawmaker?
Merong pending ethics complaint filed against him na sufficient in form and substance. Ito yung pinal ni dating Undersecretary Magno. At pending yon sa Committee on Ethics. May sarili kaming mechanism tungkol dyan. Didinggin niya ng Ethics Committee at kung magkakaroon ng rekomendasyon ng Ethics Committee na dalhin sa plenaryo, pag-uusapan namin yan doon at it takes 2/3 votes bago siya ma-suspend ng 6 months or more or ma-dismiss sa Senado.
2/3 na naman. So, again, it'll take 13 votes out of, well, at least majority
No,
votes.
16.
16
16 votes
two-thirds.
yan kasi
Pero yung
pag grave offense na 6 months or more ang suspension hanggang dismissal, 2/3 yan, meaning 16 votes yan.
Yeah. But in the meantime, there's also, kasi mukhang medyo mahaba-haba pa yung proseso na yan. In the meantime, there is also a proposal to shut his office and suspend yung mga staff niya, especially since about 10 of his staff are his relatives.
Kamag-anak.
Oo, mga kamag-anak. And somebody did the math and basing on their salary grade, maabot ng halos almost 1 million pesos yung salaries alone for his staff. And of course, you know, these are staff that can't substitute for him, right? They can do his bidding, pero hindi naman sila pwede mag-substitute sa kanya. So wala din silang masyadong trabaho whilst he's on the run. So what do you think about that proposal to shut his office?
On Monday, merong kasing motion, pending motion si Tito Sen, na i-refer sa Committee of the Whole yung privilege speeches ni Senator Risa, Senator Erwin, pati yung magiging mga manifestations on Monday. No? Tungkol doon sa nangyaring kaguluhan sa Senado. I'm sure masasama yan sa diskusyon namin sa Committee of the Whole kung ano yung dapat na aksyon na gawin ng Senado sa kaso ni Senator Bato de la Rosa tungkol sa kanyang trabaho sa Senate. Masasama yan kasi pag Committee of the Whole, lahat sama-sama na yan. Maganda rin yun. Pag Committee of the Whole, parang kung ano yung ma-adapt doon, effectively, yun na rin ng bali, although pagdidebatehan pa rin yan sa plenaryo. Kasi maski Committee of the Whole, committee pa rin yun eh.
But
So, I'm sure masasama sa diskusyon yan.
But he still is not disqualified from holding public office or sitting as a senator because he's not convicted. He's just it's just an arrest warrant.
He's just on the run.
For all intents and purposes, he still, I think, at this point retains the right to be a senator and to have a staff and to have an office, at least at this point.
But
Yes, that is correct, Ed. Ano? At the most, wala siya sa jurisdiction ng Senado. So hindi siya makakaparticipate sa pagboto. No? Dahil lang sa rules namin, pag outside ka ng country, hindi ka kabilang sa quorum. No? Yun, debatable din ito kasi nandito sa bansa. Pero parang sabi mo, incapacitated siya.
Pero
He's not able to participate. Pero pwede pa rin sabihin ng majority block, hindi. Kabilang pa rin siya for purposes of counting decorum. Halimbawa, meron kaming pagbobotohan na simple majority yung kailangan. At lahat ng 23 present. So kung ang ating treatment kay Senator De La Rosa wala sa jurisdiction ng Senado, 23 lamang yung base number. Therefore, 12 yung majority. Pero kung siya bibilangin na nasa jurisdiction pa rin ng Senado, 24 yung Senate, 13 ang kailangan bilang for purposes of majority sa botohan. This is assuming na lahat ng senador present na nandiyan sa jurisdiction nga ng Senate. Kasi ang rule namin, pagka nasa abroad, hindi ka binibilang eh. 12 lang yung majority number eh.
It comes back to Ami's question nga na how long do you allow him to be incapacitated before you declare him incapacitated, di ba? Because he was gone 6 months, tapos nag-reappear, tapos now gone again. You have some experience in that, Senator Lacson. Sinirado ba
I
yung...
thought I already answered that, na masasama ito sa itatakil namin pag nag-convene na yung Committee of the Whole.
But in your experience, was it 2010, 2011, sinirado po ba yung office nyo?
Merong move na ganon. Ako, mabuti nabanggit mo yan, Regina. No? Iba yung situation ko. Kasi at that time, umiiral pa yung Miranda Doctrine, yung Miranda versus Tulyao. Jurisprudence ito na kung saan, even in the absence of the respondent na na-issue ng warrant of arrest, pwede ako mag-file ng pleadings. Kaya minimaintain ko, I do not break the law. For purposes of placing or filing pleadings sa korte to seek judicial relief, I was authorized by the Miranda
Doctrine.
versus Tulyao jurisprudence. Ngayon, iba yung situation kasi nagkaroon na ng panibagong, kung mag-a-apply ito sa kanyang sitwasyon kasi iba yung sa kanya, international warrant. Ano? Ngayon, iba na, may bagong jurisprudence na 6 months lamang. Kaya yung situation ni dating Secretary Roque at saka ni Saldico, binigyan lang sila ng window na 6 months. Pag lumampas ka ng 6 months, na-issue ka ng warrant, halimbawa 6 months ago, hindi ka na makapag-seek ng judicial relief. Kasi nilimit na ng Supreme Court yung Miranda versus Tulyao. Sa akin nun, free ako na mag-file ng pleadings at magpakwas ng warrant. Ganun nga nangyari. So, kinemaintain ko na hindi ako sumunod, hindi ako tumalima doon sa mag-place ako under the jurisdiction or legal custody ng korte. But I was banking on that jurisprudence. Kaya mag-iba yung situation namin. Kay Senator Bato, assuming na more than 6 months na siya, di ba? Dahil 7 months ago na issue yung warrant. Although at the time, sealed yung warrant niya. Pero still, at the time, it was still a valid warrant of arrest. Although, sealed pa lang. Ngayon, inansila ng ICC. Ang tanong, dahil pwede naman siya kung susundin yung isang legal opinion sa interpretation ng 9851, pwede siya mag-seek ng redress sa local court. Ngayon, ang tanong, kung tapos na yung 6 months, pwede pa ba siyang mag-seek ng judicial relief sa pamamagitan sa pagdulog sa isang domestic court?
Yeah.
Questionable yun na hindi ko kayang sagutin.
Yeah.
Kasi ang sabi ng ibang abogado, doon siya humingi ng judicial relief sa ICC kasi yun ang nag-issue ng warrant.
Oo.
Pero dahil
Yeah.
nga may umiiral tayo sa 9851 na may surrender or may big yun hindi yun maliwanag na pwedeng dumulog sa domestic court na siya mag-authorize sa law enforcement para i-implement yung international warrant o yung makianong foreign court warrant na inisyo. Hindi naman extradition ang pag-uusapan natin dito, kundi i-surrender sa international court. Sa akin, debatable yon yung interpretation. Na pwede pa ba siyang dumulog sa domestic court? Halimbawa, nahuli siya. Pwede ba siyang sabihin niya sa Supreme Court, teka muna, hindi pa ako pinapayagan ng domestic court kasi may sarili silang interpretation. But of course, napag-usapan na natin ito kanina, ang na-decide pa lamang ng Supreme Court, ang decided pa lang nila, binigyan na decision, hindi sila nag-issue ng TRO.
Yeah.
Pero pending pa rin yung main petition na dapat ba siyang dalhin muna sa local court o diretso na siya sa International Criminal Court.
So, Senator, pwedeng mangyari sa kanya yung nangyari kay Digong. Pagkahuli sa kanya, sakay siya ng aeroplano, lipad sa The Hague. At everything will be just moot and academic.
Correct. Kasi ang sabi ng ICC, maski pa paano nyo kinuha yung tao, basta nandito sa amin, may jurisdiction kami.
Wala kaming pakialam dyan.
Yeah.
Senator,
At saka
pahabol na lang.
dinisend na rin
Authorized ba
dinisend na rin naman ng
Senado
Korte Suprema.
na i-expel ang
Wait,
isang
wait.
member? Kasi ang House, they have
Yung pag-expel.
expelled the members, no? For much lesser offenses. Ang Senado ba, kung sakasakali, na iti-discuss nyo kung anong gagawin dito sa absentee nyong membro, can you expel him? Kung sakasakali lang?
Yes. 2/3 votes.
A 2/3 vote. Okay.
Yeah, basta grave offense, a suspension na 6 months or more hanggang dismissal, 2/3 yan Pero pagka yung mga simple na 1-month suspension, reprimand, admonition, ano yan, simple majority yan.
Pero sir, what would be the grounds for expulsion in the Senate rules?
Yung pagiging absentee niya, hindi siya, siguro, yung violation ng law na hindi siya sumunod doon sa yung nangyayari ngayon. Pero yung kanyang offense, alleged offense, nung sa CPNP, walang jurisdiction ang Senate doon. Kasi hindi pa siya senador noong na-commit yung alleged offense, yung crime against humanity. Walang jurisdiction. Nangyari sa akin yan Kasi noong 2001, inattempt akong e-ethics committee nung aking mga kasamaan dahil nga sa pressure kay GMA, from GMA. Dahil noon, Di ba, binato ko ng money laundering, drugs, lahat. So gusto nila ako i-ethics para i-expel ako. Nakita namin ng mga staff ko yung rules sa aming ethics committee na mag-acquire lang ng jurisdiction ng ethics committee sa isang senador doon sa mga offenses na nakomit niya while serving as a senator.
Yeah.
So, na-throw out yung ethics complaint sa akin noon dahil nga walang jurisdiction. Kaya alam ko ito because of my personal experience.
On another note, Senator, what will happen next week? Specifically sa Monday. Meron bang
Sa Monday,
mangyayari
sa
na
tingin
dapat
ko
kaming
magulo, pero
abangan?
huwag naman sana, ang gagawin ko, isa-suggest ko na lang, maybe I can also take the floor, na kung magko-committee of the whole tayo, huwag na nating itakel yung kung sino may kasalanan sa nangyari nung May 13. Ang aming, limit na lang namin yung aming committee of the whole discussion, deliberation. Ano yung magagawa naming remedial measures, whether in the form of legislation or administrative remedies para hindi na maulit yun nangyari sa Senate pag may ganyan ulit pangyayari.
There was a...
Pero Senator, ang ibig ko
Kasi
sabihin ay
mag-finger
yung...
pointing kami dyan pag nag-committee of the whole, ang gulo niyan.
Oo.
Ini-imagine ko na.
Yeah.
Sa Monday pa lang, na-expect ko mayroong fireworks eh.
Yeah.
Kasi walo yung nag-signify na tatayo. Binasa yung isa-isa yun eh. Na gusto nilang either mag-manifest o kaya mag-interpellate. Doon sa dalawa namin kasama sa minority, Senator Erwin, Senator Risa. So doon pa lamang sa floor, sigurado magulo na ito.
I mean, Senator, yung possible change of leadership sa Senate. Dahil sobrang gulpi yung Senado ngayon as an institution eh. Wala bang possibility na magkaroon ng pagbabago next week?
There's always a possibility. Kasi noon, lilima lang kami. Naging Senate President si Tito Sen eh. Eh ngayon, 11 kami. Dati, siyam lamang sila, 15 kami. Pero napalitan si Tito Sen. So, lahat possible eh. And this much I can say, yung pagpapalit ng liderato, in this present situation, it's in the works.
It's in the works.
It's in the
Actually,
works.
Hindi, kasi
Tama ba yung tinig namin?
Actually, we've been hearing of a counter coup since early this week, since late last week. And one version of the events that we heard, Senator, was that may mga ready na tumawid, kaya lang somebody was asking to become Senate President that was not palatable to the minority. Is that correct?
that is correct.
Ayaw daw ng extra
Kasi
cheese.
ganun yung posisyon naming 11, no? Kasi never kami, kasi bago lang kami magkakasama. Kasi dati naman, di ba, although dati naman magkakasama na kami kay Tito Sen, di ba? Pero before that, yung iba sa kanila nandun kay Senator Chis eh. So, hindi pa kami ganong katagal magkakasama. Unlike yung mga nasa 19th Congress na nag-abot-abot sila. Kami, mga bagong salta kami ulit eh. So, ang aming matigas na posisyon, sasabihin ko na ito, no? Nagkaisa-isa kami kasi sa tingin namin, ako mismo nag-propose ito, medyo untenable yung position ni Tito Sen. At he also has acknowledged this. So, naging compromise, ang aming bet na maging Senate President, si Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, who may be acceptable to all 11. Acceptable na siya sa aming 11, sa aming 10. No? 11 kami na steadfast na kami rito. Hindi na ito mababali. Ang pinag-uusapan na lamang, kasi ang tingin namin, si Senator Sherwin, acceptable doon sa pwedeng tumawid. Kasi nga, ang naging problema ni Tito Sen, ang comment sa kanya nung ilan, at least yung tumawid sa kabila ngayon, narinig namin na hindi siya marunong mag-alaga ng kasamahan. Yun nga yung medyo inangalan ko. Kasi hindi ito galing dito sa new minority, doon sa tumawid. Sabi ko, hindi marunong mag-alaga. Define alaga. Ang definition ng alaga, magkaiba yung, sa akin, being a former chief PNP, ang definition ng alaga, you attend to the moral and welfare of your men. Yan ang natutunan ko eh. Pero kung yung alaga na kukuha ka na, mag-i-insert ka ng 142 billion sa GAA para ipamudbod sa mga kasama mo, sa akin maling definition ng alaga yun.
So, malinaw na.
So kung yun ang naging
pinapatamaan ni
dahilan
Senator.
kung bakit umalis sila kay Tito Sen, lumipat sila sa kabila kasi hindi raw marunong mag-alaga si Tito Sen. I think that's unfair.
Yung gustong
Pero-
maging
pero-
SP na ni-reject niyo po, the one who was not acceptable, why was he or she not acceptable?
Iyan ko muna yan, i-hold ko muna in confidence. Ano?
Tayo-tayo lang naman, Sen.
At saka, kasi labing isa yung nagkasundo doon na hindi acceptable for a couple of reasons. At napaka-sound ng reason na ibinigay ng bawat isa. Kasi kanya-kanya kaming, alam mo naman ang Senado, 24 republics kami. Maski kaming 11, 11 republics kami. Pero sa puntong yan, nagkasundo-sundo kami, like-minded kami sa issue na yan. Na kailangan yung magiging Senate President na i-elect namin, whoever he is, ano, hindi lamang acceptable kung hindi, kasi alam mo, sinisave namin dito institution
Yeah.
Kaya para sabihin, pagbintangan kami na ito, konektado sa CONAS, konektado sa impeachment, as far as the 11 members of the minority bloc, pag nag-uusap-usap kami, unanimous kami dito, ang primordial concern namin, yung integrity, yung dignity, yung reputation ng Senate. No, maybe we're being selfish, pero doon ang unang pinanggagalingan namin. Hindi
In relation-
totoo yung merong CONAS, ano,
In
na
relation-
i-extend yung term limits, dadagdagan yung age, yung qualification from 40 to 50 para hindi mag-qualify si VP Sara. Those are all BS, ano. Kalokohan 'yon, walang ganon. Ang alam ko, ang nakarating sa akin na kung magko-CONAS man, very parang napaka-preliminary.
In relation dyan, Senator, no? Gusto niyong sagipin yung institution.
Naputol siya,
Naputol daw.
sorry. Well, anyway, tapusin mo yung question.
Yung gusto niyong sagipin yung institution, pero it is a very difficult situation. Dahil 5 senador, merong plunder malversation cases. 2 may kaso sa crimes against humanity sa ICC. You have 3 to 4 senators na may problema yung mga pamilya, yung mga kamag-anak, yung mga negosyo, from
Two to
to
four.
market manipulation to insider trading. So, you are left with imperfect choices lesser
He's back.
evil. No? So, paano mo yun?
You might wanna do it again kasi he's back.
Ako na.
He's back.
Ang question ni Ronald Sen is, you're left with very imperfect choices kasi ang dami sa membro ng Senado ngayon may mga kaso ranging from crimes against humanity to plunder to market manipulation.
So, how can you save the institution,
masama talaga
Senator?
ang tingin. We never imagined this situation, na dati, kami yung check and balance, kami yung big brother Kami yung check and balance, kami yung taga-balance, kami yung taga-check sa house. Pero ngayon, ang sitwasyon na iba, mas mataas yung pananaw, ang patingin ng tao sa House of Representatives kaysa sa Senado. Nakakalungkot ito at talagang hindi, alam mo, there were times, minsan nag-iisip ako mag-resign Naipahayag ko na rin ko kay Tito Sen na parang plano ko na mag-resign na lang as senator dahil sa nangyayari. Sabi niya sa akin, wag naman. Pero there are times na naisip ko yan na what for? Kasi batikos kabila, parang putik na yung Senado na para bang nasa na yung redeeming value namin. But then when we discuss among ourselves, kaming 11, nakikita namin na merong pag-asa na maibangon muli yung integridad, yung reputasyon, yung dignidad ng Senado. At kailangan lang sa amin, mag-self-reflect kami at talagang isa na lang yung direksyon namin. Pagbutihin namin yung ginagawa namin para sa ikabubuti na lamang ng ating mga kababayan. Yung trabaho namin bilang mga senador, gawin namin ng maayos at proper.
Does that
Nawala
answer
ba
your
ulit?
question?
Senator,
Pero
ulitin ko
okay
lang
na.
yung sinabi niyo, leadership change in the Senate is in the works.
Totoo yun. Kasi sinabi ko na ito before, di ba? Yung kudeta sa Senado is akin to rebellion. It is a continuing crime, quote-unquote.
Bakit naman, sir, cry?
sino pa yung mayor yan, yung nasa minority, sigurado magpaplano yan. Hindi lang sa sitwasyon ngayon, kundi even in the past. Non-stop yan. Continuing crime yan.
Pero sir, all you need
But-
na lang now is just one person to shift allegiances. And sabi nga ninyo, si Senator Win is appears to be the most acceptable to both
Yeah.
sides.
Pero either way kasi, ang papatalunin mo may kaso eh.
No, yun nga lang eh.
No,
Di naman lahat doon may
to
kaso.
change the leader. Hindi one. Isa lang ang tumawid.
Oh.
Kami yung magiging majority.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Situation ngayon. Kasi 23 kami.
Mhm.
Pero to elect a new Senate President, dalawa kailangan tatawid.
Para
At least.
mag-president.
But amongst the people that are likely to cross over, mga likely na tumawid, Senator, I mean, are they still acceptable? I mean, to be frank, kasi for example, hindi naman sikreto that Tito Sen felt betrayed by Senator Loren Legarda. So out of the people that are most likely to cross over, I mean, ma-acceptable pa po ba sa bagong minority yan?
Meron pa bang katanggap-tanggap sa inyo doon sa Mayorya?
Knowing na maraming
Wala
kaso.
pa kami sa ganong diskusyon. Kung may acceptable ba, kung merong hindi. Kasi ayaw naman namin na parang condescending ang dating.
Yeah.
Dahil naniniwala pa rin kami, maski ano pa yung sabihin nating kinasadlakan nung dati namin kasama. Naniniwala kami laging ang tao merong redeeming value eh. No? Pagka nag-give up na tayo, birang-bira yung tao na walang redemption, yung beyond redemption.
Except si Ronald.
Malay mo, di ba?
Except si Ronald.
Well, ayoko na mag-identify kung sino man. Pero sa akin, I'm talking in general terms. Bihirang-bihira yung taong walang beyond redemption. Lahat ng tao may redeeming value.
True, but betrayal is a bitter pill to
Yeah.
swallow.
Saka maraming bihira sa Senado ngayon, Senator.
Bihira itong Senado na ito.
Senator, huling tanong ko ay, binabanatan
Sa'yo
na
naman
naman
nanggaling.
kayo tungkol dito sa
Secretary, di ba?
CONAS. Nagpulong daw kayo.
Sa'yo na nanggaling. Di ba? Merong naharap sa plunder. Merong may international court. Pwedeng isa, pwedeng dalawa. Meron yung may kaso sa DOJ dahil sa insider trading. Kaya bihira itong Senado na ito.
Senator, binabanatan kayo sa CONAS. Kasama ba kayo doon sa pulong daw sa isang hotel sa tabi ng dagat na pinag-uusapan ng CONAS at balak ng term extension, no, as an agenda para aprubahan ng Senado with Congress itong CONAS? Ano ba yun?
Hindi ako kasama sa usapan. Nagkamali ako ng pasok. No? Dahil meron akong board meeting noon, ang napasok-pasukan ko, kumbaga, doon sa function room, kung saan sila nag-uusap, si Speaker Boji, si Senate President Tito Soto. Eh tama-tama, pagpasok ko, sabi ko, mali, hindi pala dito. Ang sabi naman Tito Sen, nandito ka na rin lang, ilan ba yung sa bagong Senate building, ilan ba yung offices ng senador doon? Sabi ko, sa request ni Senator Coco, ginawa natin 65. Kasi noon, iniisip niya na parang parliamentary. So pinadagdagan niya. Bicameral na parliamentary. So sabi niya, pinag-usapan namin dito gawing 36 yung senador. Pero wala pinag-uusapan doon kasi umalis na rin kagad ako eh. Pero nung tinanong ko kay Tito Sen, ano ba yun? Pinag-uusapan ninyo. Yun lang yun tungkol sa gawing regional ang pag-elect ng senador. At pero marang minabanggit pa doon. Pero yung sinasabing, alam mo, kung hindi sabi ko flat lies yung sinasabi na CONAS dahil gustong i-extend yung term ng Pangulo at saka ng Vice President.
Yep.
Pati pa yung sasabing itataasan daw yung age qualification from 40 to 50 para ma-disqualify si VP Sara. That is an outright lie. Hindi kasama sa diskusyon, sa pinag-usapan. At saka, parang informal discussion lang nila. Nagkamali nga lang ako ng pasok, kaya naulit-nigan ko yun at natanong ako. Pero pinag-usapan lamang doon, senatorial, na gagawin 36 sa halip na 24 kasi regional na. Depende sa, halimbawa, NCR. Pwedeng 4 yung senador dyan, yung 4A, yung mga ganon. Pero wala pag-usapan doon na CONAS to benefit yung term extension ng presidente at saka ng, ano yun, imagination na lamang yon
Oo.
para makapag, alam mo na, para ma-media siguro, para mapag-usapan, dinagdag na yon. Pero ang pagkaalam ko hanggang doon lang yon.
Pero sir,
Okay.
that still is
Senatorial.
about constitutional amendments. And I suppose doon nagsimula yung pagtalon ng naratibo.
Conas.
But yun nga, but still, that is constitutional amendments that's being discussed there. And
Chacha yan
why
eh.
it is time.
I don't think
Correct.
you have
Hindi ka
time
naman
for
pwedeng
chacha in 2 years.
Hindi ka naman pwedeng baguhin yung 24 senators, gawin yung 36 nang hindi ka magka-constitutional amendment eh.
Oo.
Pero hanggang
Kaya
doon
nga.
lang yun.
Kaya mahirap
Yun ang
siya.
diskusyon doon. Walang CONAS patungkol sa presidential, vice presidential, o ano ba mang bagay.
Yeah.
Wala. Yun lang.
Okay, we'll leave that there. We've run out of time. As always, we end up taking more of your time than we asked for. So, salamat. Thank you so much for talking to us. Senator Ping Lacson, I hope you get the committee that you want.
Salamat,
Thank
Senator.
you,
Good
Senator.
luck next
Wala,
week.
pahinga na. Thank you.
You are watching Storycon on One News. We just need to take a very quick break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
This is the Story Conference Group or the Storycon Group.
We've got developing news in the stories behind headlines. Welcome back to Storycon, the Story Conference. I'm Ed Lingao.
And I'm Regina Lay, still with us. Ami Pumitun of the Philippine Star and Ronald Llamas, a resident political heckler.
Okay, and joining us this afternoon for our second guest, I think he's already there. Ay, nawala. Okay, we'll get back in touch with him again. Naputol po ang linya. But we're supposed to have Attorney Torion.
But we were saying during the break that that's the first time any senator has confirmed that Win Gatchalian is an acceptable, can I call it unity candidate?
Yes.
For the,
At least for the minority.
For the new minority plus some in the majority na okay siya as a...
At inamin din ni Senator Ping Lacson na the attempt to change the Senate leadership is still in play.
But as you said, it's always in play,
Yeah.
right? That is a very thin majority.
At ikatlo,
Si Ami naghanap ng headlines in the works.
at ikatlo, sinabi
Hindi,
rin niya
pero
na
mukhang active yung Ronald, kaya tinichismis nga kita eh.
Oo.
Mukhang active yung sa leadership change eh.
Negotiation.
Mukhang mangyayari over the weekend eh.
Okay, moving on, we're joining us this afternoon is also Senator Bato de la Rosa's legal counsel, Attorney Israelito Torion. Good afternoon, sir. Thanks for joining us again.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello. Good afternoon. Good
Hi,
afternoon to everyone.
Attorney.
Thank you for joining us.
Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Magandang hapon po. Magandang hapon.
Assalamualaikum. Good afternoon, sir. Bakit naka-phoner lang kayo, sir? Nasaan kayo? Well, usually we have him on
nasa daan
Zoom.
ako nasa daan.
Ah.
Medyo nahihiya na ako sa wala akong ina-accept na request Nakita ko, Storycon pala ito, si Sir Ed Lingao Kailangan paunlakan ko.
attorney,
We appreciate it.
attorney, nagkaroon
Yes, sir.
dito ng isang balitaktakan between Ses Trilon and yung
Yes, sir.
isang co-attorney
Co-counsel.
nyo,
I-mention mo na.
Co-counsel.
si
Attorney-
Bondok.
Si
Attorney Bondok.
si Jimmy.
yung
Si Jimmy.
naging debate ay kung pwede bang yung attorney ang tumanggap ng warrant of arrest. At marami nag-weigh in ng mga legal luminaries, no? At saka mga even Senate President like si Drilon, etc., Carpio, etc., no? Sabi nila hindi pwede yun. Oo. Ano
mga
bang tingin
kakampi
niyo
ninyo
dyan?
yun, sir, no? But anyway, nasabi kasi naka-cut off si Jimmy. Hindi siya makapatuloy ng explanation. Ang ibig niya sabihin nun, wala kasi tayong procedural mechanism as to how to implement surrender, because when we look at the intention of Republic Act 9851, it was really to strengthen our criminal law such that any violation of war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide, it can be prosecuted here. But since wala tayong procedural mechanism, kung pwede si Senator, former Senator Trillanes na mag-serve, sa kanyang pananaw, wala tayong procedural mechanism, pwede rin ang lawyer na magtanggap. Yun, hindi lang niya na-explain ng maigi.
Former Senator Sonny Trillanes wasn't there to serve the arrest warrant. There were two other NBI agents that were there to serve the arrest warrant. Sumama lang si Senator Trillanes as a, I guess, pang-inis, di ba? But I think we all know that he wasn't there to
Yun ang
serve.
purpose siguro niya, ma'am. Pero he was the one who showed the warrant of arrest. And per his declaration during that time, yun talaga ang purpose niya. Kasi nga daw, medyo hindi na nga lang siguro natin patulan. Parang mga bata kasi meron daw hamon daw si Senator Bato. Tinanggap daw niya yung hamon at kaya dinala niya yung warrant of arrest. Yun ang context po doon. But then again, I think that is a sideshow, no, to the more important constitutional question as to whether or not we should respect the rights of a Filipino citizen, no, to avail of his judicial remedies within Philippine courts, knowing that we have a unique situation here involving a foreign warrant of arrest. Some will say that it is not an international warrant of arrest, that it's not a foreign warrant of arrest, it's an international warrant of arrest. Nevertheless, it's still a warrant of arrest not issued by a local judge, and that is our main contention.
I agree. Sorry, I agree it's a sideshow, but again, I will repeat, Senator Trillanes was not there to officially serve the warrant. Uulitin ko, I think we all know the truth, and I don't think this is yung comparison you, sir, is I don't think they're the same cases. Yeah.
Well, if that is your contention,
kasi may
then
NBI
it proves
agent,
our
sir.
point that the NBI, even on May 11, already tried to deserve the warrant of arrest. We will borrow your contention and perhaps for purposes of this discussion adapt the same. That poses as a problem because at that time, NBI already considered the warrant of arrest as actionable. And therefore, it brings us to our most respectful contention that should not be, because as between the leviathan of governmental power and an individual lies a shield, and that shield is the Bill of Rights. We believe, honestly, ma'am, that however grave the accusation is against a Filipino citizen, it has to conform to our constitutional requirements, and since our Constitution mandates that everyone should be afforded due process of law, and that only a judge can issue a warrant of arrest after personal determination of him by probable cause, then such should follow our Constitution.
Sir,
Attorney,
but
nag-issue na ng ruling ang Supreme Court That's the nation's highest court na hindi nila pipigilan yung pag-aresto sa kliyente nyo. And you are entitled to, I think, maximum only of 1 MR. Kung sakasakali pong ma-reject yung MR ninyo at wala na kayo ibang option, may posibilidad po kaya kay Senator Bato na mag-surface and to present himself to authorities?
First, we filed a manifestation today because what we are actually encountering now is a government's double speak policy, no? I call it akin to, although not exactly equivalent to, akin to perfidy in international criminal law, no? Where the government would say that we will not entertain criminal warrants of arrest from the ICC, but then again, the lower agencies are implementing the same. And then if you notice, when Senator Bato de la Rosa was already in the Senate, they were saying that they were engaging in double speak. One agency says this, another agency says this. So that is really the difficulty that we are facing, because at the time when Senator Bato was no longer in the Senate, then the DOJ was telling that no, we are not going to arrest him, and he is free to enter the Senate, except that if he leaves the Philippines, then that's another matter. Yun ang mga declarations nila. And it may have somehow affected our chances in so far as the third element for securing a TRO. What is that third element? Grave and irreparable injury, grave injustice. So perhaps to our mind, we can only speculate that since the DOJ at that time, when he was no longer in the Senate, was declaring that we will not arrest him except if he leaves the Philippines. No? So if we will believe the DOJ and to the mind of the Supreme Court perhaps, then there is no grave and irreparable injury therefore. And so the TRO may be denied. But then again, that's just a speculation. I have to receive a written copy of the order because that's the only way by which I can explain bakit kailangan namin additional 2 votes pa kasi 96 votes, no? So it's a close call really, and I'm hoping and praying that with the manifestation that we filed today and the motion for reconsideration that we will file certainly after we receive a written copy of the order of the Supreme Court, that we will be able to expound clearly why there is an urgent and felt need for the Supreme Court to issue a TRO, because subsequently after the denial, there was already a DOJ declaration that they treated the warrant of arrest as actionable. And then the PNP declared that the 225,000 full force of the PNP is now undertaking a manhunt against him.
Yes, sir.
The NBI likewise declared that they
Yes,
will
sir.
arrest Bato de la Rosa whether he likes it or not.
Yes,
These
sir.
are clear examples that they are treating
Yes, sir.
the,
Sir, we appreciate all the
ICC
details, sir.
warrant of arrest as actionable,
Pero sir,
which
if
we
I may,
are
sir,
claiming otherwise.
if I may ask a question, sir, kasi we might run out of time. Pero sir, in the end, the fact of the matter is the Supreme Court has denied the petition for a TRO. Yes, we understand it is not yet acted on the main case, but it has denied your petition for a TRO, which in effect
On the arrest.
the Supreme Court is saying that
But
it
there
is
is
not.
no
it is
declaration,
not.
sir. There is not.
What do you mean? What do you mean by no declaration, sir? What do you mean, sir, by no declaration?
We might have lost the line.
Oo, naputol eh.
Okay, we'll
Naputol.
try to get Attorney Torion again.
Not sure what he-
Book, I have to...
Hello, hello?
Ay, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, sir.
Can you hear me?
Ayan na
Yes,
po,
sir.
ayan na,
Yes, sir.
ayan na.
Well, what I was asking,
Okay,
sir,
okay.
is this,
Sir,
the Supreme
it's
Court...
just a provisional remedy. There is no
Yes, sir.
declaration
It is
that the
interim.
warrant of arrest is already actionable. Note that a petition for a request for TRO has 4 elements. Nasabi ko na nga ba yan? Whether he has clear and unmistakable right.
Mhm.
Second, whether there is a material invasion of such right.
Mhm.
And third, whether or not there is a grave and irreparable
Yes,
injury
sir.
and grave injustice if the writ will not be issued. Clear and urgent necessity, yun ang mga requirements
Yes,
yan,
sir.
sir. Ang
Yes, sir.
ibig sabihin lang yan, yung TRO, ay baka hindi nakita ng Supreme Court yung grave and irreparable injury kasi nga may declaration yung DOJ
Yes, sir.
noon na hindi siya dadakpin na pwede siyang bumalik doon sa Senado.
Yes,
Iba
sir.
na ngayon
But-
ang sinasabi. So,
Sir, but whatever
hindi
the
yun
case
ibig
is-
sabihin na go signal na yun na i-implement ang warrant.
Yes, sir.
Marisip.
But sir, whatever the case is, the decision of the Supreme Court is not to grant a TRO. For whatever reason you may cite, it has not granted a TRO, which basically is the Supreme Court's way of saying na at this
There is no
point,
legal impediment.
there is no legal impediment until the main
No,
case is decided on.
How can you say that? I respectfully disagree, sir. How can you say that? We have not even received a copy of the written order yet. Even in the briefer, there is no statement there. No, that's intellectual dishonesty with all utmost due respect. Even in the briefer, there is no statement there by the Supreme Court which states that the warrant of arrest can now be implemented. There is nothing
Well, sir,
there.
but
If
this
you
is
can
also
cite
being
one, then I
disingenuous
will,
on your part,
give my hat
with all
off
due
to you.
respect, sir.
But on the
Because that
flip
is the
side-
effect, sir.
Oh.
That is the effect. In refusing to issue the TRO, a restraining
In
order.
refusing to issue the TRO, sir, it simply means that the 4 elements,
Yes,
one
sir.
of the element may not have been present,
Yes, sir.
but it is not a decision on the merits
Yes, sir.
of the
Of course,
case,
of
sir.
course.
As what I have told you, there are 4 elements before a TRO can be granted, but it is not a decision on the merits.
Yes, sir.
We
We
have
agree
to
to that,
await
sir.
a decision on the merits, and all lower agents,
Yes, sir. We
all
agree on that.
government agencies, especially the parties to the case,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
should exercise the becoming modesty to await the ruling of the Supreme Court. That's
And-
our humble opinion on the matter.
Yes,
sir.
sir. We appreciate that. But what our point, sir, is this: at this particular point, the Supreme Court has refused to stop the arrest. Basically, that's what it is. It has refused to stop an
That's the
arrest.
implied message there. Yan yung
But
to
the
say
implied.
Supreme
anything
Court
else is
did
a
not
bit
say,
disingenuous.
sir, the Supreme
as-
Court did not say that the warrant of arrest was already actionable.
But it doesn't have to. The point is, it doesn't have
in the
to.
briefer, there is a differentiation between a provisional remedy and the main prayer.
Oo. Sir,
What
as
has
the
been
other-
resolved is the provisional remedy, and there might be reasons why And I have yet to know them fully
Oh.
because I have not yet received a written copy. It's still on Monday. There might be reasons why the Supreme Court has not yet issued or has not yet granted our TRO, but it does not mean, sir,
Yeah, but as
that
other
the warrant of arrest
Oh.
is already actionable.
but as other
it
lawyers
does
have
not mean that the warrant, because that concerns the main case, sir. That's
Oo.
already the
but,
main
but,
case.
But as other lawyers have pointed out to us, constitutional law professors, in fact, have pointed out to us, just the mere filing of a TRO petition does not entitle someone to immediate relief as well. But we'd love to debate this more with you, Attorney, pero we've run out of time. We apologize for that. Initially, kasi we ran out of time, we spent a bit of time trying to connect with you, so we'll leave that there for now, but we'll call you back on the show another day.
We hope to
Okay.
have you again, sir. We really
Thank
hope to have you
you,
again. It's
thank
always
you,
good
thank
to have you
you.
on board.
Okay.
Thanks for joining
Thank you,
StoryCon.
sir.
Attorney
Thank you,
Israelito
Attorney.
Torion, one of Senator
you, thank
Bato de
you.
la Rosa's lawyers. And that is all the time we have for today. We apologize. Thanks for joining StoryCon. Ami Pamintuan, Editor-in-Chief of the Philippine Star, Ronald Llamas, a resident political pundit. Oh, it is the weekend. Happy weekend.
Happy weekend.
Friday.
Happy
Join us
weekend,
again
no?
Monday at 4 p.m. for StoryCon. I'm Regina Lay.
I'm at Lingao Kapatid. We are One News, all sides, all the time.
This is the Story Conference Group or the StoryCon Group.